solo. Don't give it up now, baby. Don't give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you the deck profile of the deck I played at my locals today, and well, technically yesterday by the time this video goes up. And I took it with Garp. Surprisingly, Garp did pretty well. I played, my first round was a Magellan, my second round was a Kinemon, and my third round is a Ivankov. And I'll be completely straightforward and honest. My buddy Charlie, who was playing Ivankov, he had me at the last game. The last turn, he misplayed. He played a card he really didn't need to play, which gave me an opportunity to essentially survive that turn and then win next game. So then win on my next turn. So I'll admit, I did not expect to win. He really should have gotten the win on that one, but you know, hey, it's in the heat of the moment. Sometimes shit happens. I got my prizing. I got an Ezo. I got a Don, and I got my winner Frankie, which is crazy because we've been getting so many Frankies at my locals. It's kind of a running gag at this point. Those are the cards I won, and like I said, all the players I played today were amazing. Charlie, if you're watching this, you did amazing, dude. Like, this is a fun day. You know, we were all playing fun decks, not meta decks, or not our best decks, I should say. But yeah, it was really, really fun. I enjoyed it. Let's put Garp over here. Let's go over the deck profile real quick. I did get the inspiration for this deck from a YouTuber. I was watching a bunch of different Garp profiles. The reason I built it was because I pulled this on my pre-release when set 2 first dropped, and I'm like, well, now I have to build a deck around this, and I really like it. I love the idea of negging stuff down, like every time I play a Dawn, and there's so many really great cards, a lot of tech options for that in this deck. So let me go over the red stuff first, because this deck is mostly black, I'd say it's like 60% black, but maybe like 70% black. But these are the cards that really helped, the red cards that really helped me get that, see that win today. First and foremost, my 1-drops, 2 copies of the 1-drop Nami from the Star deck, and 3 copies of Chopper Blocker. This is just great because it's a 1-drop, then I can use any rested Dawn to put on my leader or character, which then triggers his ability. I love it. It's super good. I really had a hard time trying to find a space for a third one, but honestly, the 2 really worked out for me. The 3 choppers really just there to be chump blockers if I needed. But if not, I would just drop them from for the black cards abilities for like trashing things, but it really did help. I really didn't see a lot of things that KO'd my blockers as easy, so it worked out. I gotta say it's a solid tech card still. Turn 2, I was playing 2 copies of the SR Luffy from set 1. This card is solid, just 1 being a 2-drop 3K. Its ability is activate main, once per turn, choose 2 of my active Dawn and equip it to him. So automatically that's 2 more Dawn that gets equipped. That's going to trigger Garp's ability. And then if I have 2 Dawn on him, he cannot be KO'd in battle by characters with the strike skill. So that just, strike attribute. So that just helps him stay alive. Solid card. I really think if you run Garp, you need to run this Luffy. It just really helps. Plus it has counter power, so it really works. Next were 3 copies of Nico Robin. Honestly, I really didn't get a chance to use her at all today. She was more just combo fodder, but I can see why you want to play it though. I understand why you want to play it because it's really good against low to the ground blockers. It's kind of a pseudo blocker because you know your opponent's going to want to get rid of it. Sadly, like I said, didn't see play today, but it's still a solid card. It feels like it's not as good as it was before though. Now this is the boss monster of the deck and honestly helped get my win. 3 copies of Edward Newgate. I know, crazy, I'm not running the 10-drop Kuzan, but honestly, this just to me is a better card because of how easy it is to neg things down with Garp. I don't want to waste an entire turn playing the 10-drop. This card, I think, is just amazing. My last game, I played all 3 of them back-to-back. It helped me get that win, and I understand it was a misplay, but this definitely helped. This made it possible. It's just, you drop the 9, you still have a 10k body, just like the 10 drop, and you still have the 1 drop, 1 Dawn left to play Radical Beams or the Choppers. It works. It makes sense. I think this is the better boss monster, in Garp at least. Now for the black package, though. Starting with the 1 drops, we have 4 copies of Suru, because this card is amazing. It allows me to get things that are above 7 cost, because his ability only triggers if I have stuff, if the battle card I'm negging has a cost of 7 or less. So this really helps bring those 8Ks and those 9Ks and even those 10Ks down to a level that I can affect. So it's necessary. It's 100% necessary in this deck, and it's a 2K counter. So worst case, it's good defense. Next, Little Garp. Basically, he's another 2K counter, but he's awesome because as long as he has 2 Dawn on him, when he attacks, he gets to KO a card with a cost of 0. The Namis help with that, to equip Dawn to him. Of course, as I'm equipping a Dawn to him as well, to get him to that 5K, so he's lethal. And he can, so I'm constantly negging things with his ability. It works out quite a bit. I was constantly able to take out Kikus with this, because how easy it is. Put 1 Dawn on him, put 2 Dawn on him, boom, it's a 0 cost, swing in, done. Card's awesome. It's not great late game, but early game, it's phenomenal. Next, one of the MVPs, 4 Kobe's. I didn't get to see too many of this card surprisingly today, even though I run 4 of. But it's a great card. Anything with cost of 3 or less, you play it, trash a card from hand, and it is KO'd. Then you throw a Dawn on it next turn, so it's an attacker, which triggers Garp's ability. Solid card. You definitely want to. You need this card. It's even better, I think, in Garp than it is Smoker. But yeah, obvious 4 of. Next, the 4 costs in this deck, I run 3 copies of Kuzan, and of course 4 copies of Borsalino. It is the GOAT. It is the best blocker in the game, and I even surprisingly attacked with it a couple times during the games today. This is just great because it drops anything on swing to by 4, plus it draws 1 on play, which black has the really bad habit of not having cards in hand, so that you really need this. Even if blue bounces it back to hand, you can play it again, boom, another card in hand. But yeah, negs anything by 4, so that puts anything within range of Garp's ability. Fantastic. And of course, this being 6K on your opponent's turn is phenomenal. You know why. You know you run these. Alright, surprisingly, I run 3 copies of Monkey D. Garp, the big boy. Basically, I do not run Sakazuki in this deck because I think he is a better Sakazuki. He's an every turn Sakazuki. In this card, it does drain your hand incredibly quickly. You trash 1, tap this card, and you can do this on play. So the same turn you play it, you can tap it, drop a card, and then you KO something on your opponent's board with the cost of 4 or less. Obviously there's so many cards in this deck that help lower things down to that level, so you can easily clear board with this card. But like I said, it does unfortunately lower my hand size, so you can't spam this too much or else you're gonna run out of cards in hand, you're gonna be defenseless. But 3 copies I thought was fine. You definitely want to see it. I don't think you need 4. 3's fine. And then finally, I run 2 copies of 5-drop Smoker. To be honest, I don't know if I'll keep this card in my deck because I thought its ability was gonna be like on turn. It's like as long as there's a character with a cost of 0 in play, at one point he gets double strike. That is not the case. So I really never got to use his double strike ability, so I think I might swap him out for something else. Some other big attacker, maybe Sakazuki. I don't know. Gotta figure out things. But it's a solid card if your opponent doesn't have a blocker. But if your opponent has a blocker and it's the only battle card they have on board, then it doesn't make sense to use. You're really not going to be able to use this double strike effectively. but I understand why it's a good card. And finally, the event package of the deck. I feel like it's pretty simple. 4 copies of Meteor Volcano, because you pop that off of life and you draw 2, trash 1, and you can normally use it to KO a card with a cost of 1 or less. Came up quite a bit today, mostly from life, surprisingly. 4 copies of Shockwave. This card is phenomenal, but unfortunately a lot of the players in my locals know to like play around it, so I didn't get to use its ability at all. But just a 2-drop 4K. If it comes off life, I get to KO a cost of 4 or less on board, so that's super cool. And then finally, the best defense in this deck really is Radical Beam. I only got to play it maybe like twice all day today. I only saw it on 1 off life and then 1 through normal draw. But yeah, it's a fantastic card because you are constantly at low life because you're a 4 life leader. You're going to get to 2 life incredibly quickly, so this card becomes active almost immediately. It is solid. It is a fantastic card in any deck that can go down get down to low life very quickly. Overall, I like the deck a whole lot. The only thing I would really probably get rid of is the smokers and replace it with another big boss monster, but I'm not sure what that is yet. But yeah, that is my deck profile for Garp. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 500 subs by the end of the year, and I would really appreciate your support on that. And until the next video, take care.
Here's how the story goes. We find out by the treasure in the grand line. There's no doubt. The pirate whose eye is on it, he'll sing. I'll be king of the pirates. I'm gonna be king.
His name is Luffy.
That's Monkey D. Luffy.